And here are the other things I think to think about when you're working with a supplier. One is MOQs. Do you know what MOQs are?
Yeah, minimum order quantity.
Yeah. So for like a long weekend, what MOQs do you look for?
I think ours are 1,000 per SKU.
That's awesome. That's really low.
Yeah.
Usually now a supply, like, Mary at the time, like, the girl from Etsy was like, your MOQ is 10 and you can go up to a 500.
Right.
Mary, when we started, it was 60 or 80 and now it's like 5,000 basically for most people. And so
I think
like,
we're the only probably exception for Mary.
yeah. So most of the like what you want to do when you're really young business is work with someone with low MOQs, so you don't have to put up a ton of cash to buy a ton of inventory, which you don't know what's going to sell and what's not going to sell.
It does look like though for a components we had our MOQ was 10,000.
Yeah, components is much harder.
Components are just going to chill for a while.
Yeah, one of the things that like, so I guess like when I'm looking at a contract manufacturer who's going to make my products, I look at MOQs. I'll look at payment terms as well, which is how much cash do you need now?
Yeah.
Like a lot of people will be like, we need 50% upfront and then 50% right when we ship you the product. Some will say we need 100% upfront. We need all of the money right away. And that's like, that means that you put in tens of thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars, and you won't get anything to sell for weeks or months. And so you want to look at MOQs, you want to look at payment terms.
What do you recommend for payment terms?
50-50 is like pretty standard in the industry. That's a great question. Sometimes you can negotiate, you can generally negotiate suppliers down, particularly as you've worked with them longer and you become a better customer where you can say, I'll give you 40 and 60 or 25 and 75.
Yeah.
The one thing a lot of people will say is, I'm ready to switch suppliers because somebody else is giving me better payment terms. And I'm like, you have no idea what you found a reliable supplier. That's like finding a wife.
Yeah.
You're like, and now you're like, I'm going to find a different wife because this woman,
she farts.
Yeah. She makes the coffee a little bit better than this woman. Yeah. And I'm like, you have no idea what you're giving up when you're switching suppliers for slightly better payment terms. That's almost a price I'm never willing to pay.
The same thing goes for marketing agencies when people are like, oh, it's like one small thing and they're ready to switch shops, but they've never realized it's, finding a good, with any team, I think externally, a good rhythm is very hard to get. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you find someone who's reliable and has high quality standards, you don't want to give that up for better payment. Better you get a loan from Wayflyer or, Clearbank if they're still around, which I don't think they are, but if they are, go get a loan rather than give up a good supplier.